All right. All right, everybody. We've got a slight interlude here before my talk. This is my friend David. He was one of my students. He knows what the hell he's doing, and he's got a real quick talk. This is your first talk?
Yeah.
This is his first con, his first talk, so, you know, he'll be awesome. If not, we can all beat him up later. And by that, I mean be nice. So,
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He is. I went to New College, and we have a lot of smart cats, and he was one of the smarter cats of the smarter cats, which is an awkward world when you're herding cats.
You've been drinking, Tyler.
Fuck it. Good luck.
Thank you. Hi. So, I'm going to give a little talk, make Tyler look good by opening. So, I'll try not to. So, I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff you already know, and then make it interesting anyway. That's my game plan. So, the basic idea is that when you run processes as your user, no one's really listening, it's okay. So when you run processes as your user, then they can access anything as that user, even if it wasn't data associated with that application initially. So, you know, your Google Chrome SQLite database that stores your cookies is readable from any application that runs as your user. So interesting user data includes SSH keys, private keys, includes HTTP cookies stored in a database, and it includes spreadsheets, desktop stickies that have passwords. Anything you use as your user sounds trivial and stupid, but any application, every process that runs as your user can read any of that data. So, okay, that's not really that bad. If Firefox can read your SSH keys, you're already running it. But the idea is that you don't need privilege escalation to read interesting things. So you can read their files as an executable without installing it. So when you see a little pop-up that says, you need to install this normally, panic and be careful. But until then, you don't really panic. You just, okay, this is safe. Test my DNS speeds, run this, delete it, it's gone. But it's already, that application can read your cookies. That application can read your SSH private keys. And it can ship them over the internet if it wants to. Which is, people already, can get on your computer and run processes as your user. It's just they're not really doing anything. They're not doing everything they possibly can, is the idea. So it's not even hacking. You're basically running processes as our user. You make them download some software and they run it. But you can automatically exploit this in interesting ways. So if I know that on Windows the database of cookies is here, and on Linux it's here, I can basically for loop. I can check, give me your database, and then I'll ship it to my server and read it later. There's no need for command and control. There's no need for persistent connections. You just get their data. And once you have SSH keys, you can hop other interesting places. So in some sense, it's not really novel. It's just a novel way of combining things that are simple and already known. That's what I'm talking about, which is the point. And you can already get footholds if you have someone double-click your little Excel macro. People already do that all the time, social engineering. What can you do besides drop your normal exploit? Well, you can read all their credentials for their corporate accounts, their personal accounts, whatever. So one example is your cookies are stored in an SQLite database that your user can read. So any application you run can read that database. And your Gmail cookie actually bypasses two-factor. So you can enable two-factor authentication, which means that when you enter your username and password from a new computer, you need to get a text and then enter a six-digit code that you get texted to you before the username and password are actually good for anything. And you get the text. So if someone gets your username and password, enters it, you get a text message, and they can't even log in without having your phone. But if you have the cookie, you can just log in from anywhere. So that's the kind of thing where you can grab it, and it's actually, not really novel, but interesting. I know everyone looks a little dazed. It's fine. And simple, stupid proof of concept. That's ideas. This is all it takes. You can obfuscate it if you want to be cute. There are already tools for doing all of the things, just chaining them together. But the basic idea is I run a process on your user. I can log into your Gmail remotely after I send your cookie over HTTP to me, and I can do this automatically. I can do this en masse. And be creative, right? Like anyone can do this, extend it in novel ways, but the point is you're chaining known little simple things together to make something bizarre and kind of dangerous, perhaps. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm hopefully warming you up for Tyler, and there you go.